Good morning. It is a beautiful day here in North Carolina, and today I'm going to talk about sharpening your images and denoising them. Two things that you should do before you start editing your images. So come along and enjoy this adventure. We're going to sharpen and denoise this image here. Now, I shot this image at ISO 2000 and it's a little grainier than I like. Now, one thing you have to be aware of is that you could shoot one image at ISO 2000 and another image at ISO 2000 in two different situations, and one might have a lot more grain than the other one. And the reason why this one has so much more grain is because I shot it under the canopy of a forest and it's much more grainier. So I'm going to be in the develop module. I'm going to go down to details. Now this is going to be a down and dirty kind of video here. So the first thing that we need to do is apply a mask to this image here. So holding down the Alt key or Option key in Mac there, and then we click on the slider that says mask. As you notice here, everything is white. That means that any sharpening we have will be applied to the entire image. We don't want that. We only want sharpening applied to the bird itself. So I'm going to slide the slider over to the right until I get basically just the bird itself in just white, and everything else is kind of black. 59 is too much. I think 52 is pretty good. I'm going to slide the amount over to about 47. That looks pretty good. And that's about all the sharpening I'm going to do. This image was pretty sharp to begin with. Now remember, you cannot take a picture that's out of focus and make it focus. And if the image isn't sharp, the sharpening tool isn't going to really help you because it really just basically grabs onto lines. But let me show you how much the sharpening has increased the image. It has increased it a little bit. These hairs are a little bit crisper in the sharpened one than they are beforehand. The pieces of feathers, those veins on the feathers are very crisp here. But it was a pretty sharp image to begin with. But that little bit of enhancement really helped it along. Now, the next thing I want to do is I want to show you the noise in the background. If you look back here, there's a lot of noise in this background. And I want to remove that noise there because it's really a major distraction. And the noise in the breast of this bird is a distraction. So I want to remove that. Now, in Lightroom, it has a denoising tool. So if we click on the wizard, it opens up a wizard here. And you can see here that we have the wizard opens up here. You click the magnifying glass. Now, obviously, we want the eye to be sharpened here. But once you click on it, you can see how much noise in there. When you unclick it, actually, that's not too bad. 17, I think 19. What you want to do is make sure that the eye stays focused as you're moving this along here. And so that it doesn't get out of focus here. And that actually looks pretty good right there. And we come up here, the denoising has definitely improved that image, improved the amount of noise up there. Now, as we come down here, you can see that it's going to take an estimated 10 seconds to do this. The time that it takes to denoise depends on your computer. And this program here uses your graphic interface card, your GPU, to do a lot of work. So if you don't have a GPU, it probably will take a lot longer. I have a friend of mine that says it takes about 20 minutes. So just be aware of it. Now it's going to create a stacked image here. It's going to create a second file, a DNG file, which is the Adobe version of RAW, and it's going to create a second one here when we click Enhancing. So I'm not going to make you sit and watch this thing enhance for 10 seconds. It's going to take longer than 10 seconds. It's going to take about 15 seconds. So when I click Enhance, and I will be back in a second. Okay, so we're done here. Now, if you look back here in the timeline, you can see that it says 1 of 2, 2 of 2. And if you just click the numbers again, it just collapses it down. But 1 or 2 is the one that's enhancement. If you look at the title, it says Enhance NR, and then it says 1 DNG. And then the other one has the original file name that it has there. We're gonna basically, if you look at, go back and forth between the two of them, you can definitely see the amount of grain that is. So that's the original, and this is the degrained one. It really made a big difference. So at this point here, we would simply start doing the editing like we normally would do. And that's basically it. We stay in our develop module and we do our basic editing here. And that's all we have to do. I think that really improved that image there. So if you got anything out of this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to this channel because that really helps us in the YouTube world. Become a Patreon supporter. Your support allows us to keep doing this. My name is Sean Leahy, and I want to thank you for watching.